This is Jimmy Cabs of the 5150 interview series in Bulldozer Magazine. I have, this is a very pleasurable moment for me here. In 1984, I went to go see Judas Priest, heavy metal kid. Went to go see here in Los Angeles the Olympic, the Dead Kennedys, and I was introduced to a band from Italy called Raw Power. And one of the things that I remember from that show was how intense Raw Power was. 1984, this is before what I would say the crossover scene. This is before the metal infusion. This was just pure aggressive, hardcore punk from Italy. Pleasure to be speaking with you. Mario Cadulopi?
Codeluppi. Very good. Yeah, not bad.
Do you recall that show?
Oh, yeah, of course. It was probably one of the best. I mean, even now, it's still one of the best things that we've ever done. First of all, because it was, I mean, it's still, even up to today, probably is the biggest show that we've ever played at. And because it was in 84, it was new. I mean, probably like if I did it today, it wouldn't be the same thing, because since then we've done big shows anyway, but that one was like the biggest.
Big one.
And it was just like the first time we toured in the US. First time that we played with all these bands that for us were like the inspiration. It was like whatever we were listening to at home, we just got to play with them, and to play them in that environment with all that people there, it was just like incredible. So even now, it's just when everybody asks me what's the best thing that we've done, I think it's still the concert. It was good. Yeah, it was just like.
Do you remember the riot that happened after?
I remember, yeah. Well, I remember the one during as well, because I remember, again, that was a strange thing for us, because when you were playing, basically we had to hide behind the speakers because you just couldn't, because of all the people that were coming on stage. So even that one was like, it was different. For us, it was different.
But what a beautiful era that was, right? Because it was just so fresh, so new, so the energy, and it was just a combination of people coming together and really just being real, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. It was just, it was like spontaneous. And it was like the same thing, whether you were playing or whether you were like, not even part of the band, but like part of the scene, if you want. Because it was like, we never been here, so nobody knew us. And yet, whenever we went, all we need to was just like asking if somebody could put us up. Because back then, of course, there was no internet, no telephone, no mobile phones, no. So it was a bit more difficult. Now it's quite easy, but before it was like basic. And so you only had to ask if somebody could put you up for the night, and you just had all these people that, as I said, nobody knew us anyway. But it was like, at one point, it was like you could even be choosy about the house where you went, because it was incredible. It was nice.
Well, what an impact Raw Power had on not only the American hardcore scene, but overall. 1983-84. That energy, that aggressiveness. I mean, everyone always mentions like DRI or Void or Nihilus, but Raw Power was really, I would say, one of the first bands that I was exposed to that was really capturing the metallic craziness, but in a very fierce, angry way. Why were you guys so angry in 1984?
Well, it was just the way we were. It was that way, of course, which is probably the fact that it's the same now, is that when you play, you're releasing all the something that you have that you've been accumulating. The 50 minutes, hour, or whatever that you're on stage, you just get rid of it. It's just that's I think, for me anyway, that's the fun of it, that I can just do what I want for an hour. And I think back then, of course, we were for 30 years younger, and so you already had it anyway. And it was just, to us, it just came natural. It was just like something that you went on stage and that's what you wanted to do. And the funny thing was that when we came here, like in 84, it was, we got to play with all these American bands that we were like dying to play with, and we didn't know until we got here that we could play with them. But for us, the strange thing was that we were already moving on stage, and then instead most of the American band would just stand still there, just play and stay still.
Yeah.
And that was, for us, it was quite strange. It was just, you got some used to it. And the funny thing was that the more you went on, the more you could see bands from here starting to move as well, to move around on stage and jumping up and down a bit. And it was funny. It was nice. And as I said, for us, it was just like, you couldn't just play what we played. standing still. You just couldn't. It was just like it's not that. It wasn't an act. It wasn't like to pretend that you had to show people. Because I don't think that back then nobody would have given a fig anyway whether you were jumping or. It was just it was just something that it just came. You just couldn't stay still, and which is. Well, in a way, I mean, even now. I mean, now we probably move less just because that's the age.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Raw power, over 30 years. Where did you get the energy to still do this, and why?
It's fun. I think that everybody needs something to do. I mean, this is for us. It's always been a pastime. It's never been a profession because we never made any money. We never made any money back then, and we're not making any money either now. So for us, it's just like a couple of 2 weeks, 20 days that we just take off work.
Yeah.
We pay for it, so it pays a holiday, and it's like the thing that you have to look forward all year. You just know that like at least 20 days there, you just come here and you have fun because we tour. We play in Europe, we play in Italy, but like whenever we come here, it's like coming home. It's like the love from the people that we get here, we don't get anywhere. Yeah. It's like wherever we played, like last night we played San Diego, and we kept getting all these people that I've known since '84, and every year is the same. You just meet them, and it's just, I said, it's like a family basically, and that's what I think. I think that if every now and then this idea comes into your head of saying, look, I'm too old for this, and as I said, you just lose money doing it, so I might as well just pack it in. But then you just wait a month, and then you say, "Fuck that." I mean, it's too good to leave. I mean, like people. I think that if you've never done it, then you don't understand it, or like if you've done it a bit. To us, I mean, just go around and meet all like the old people, and then meet new people and all new places, and I think that's fun part of it, and you can't. There's no other thing I think that will give you this if you don't play in a band and you go around. That's the reason why we keep playing. And of course, we all love playing anyway. I think it probably is the least part of the package that you play. I think that for me the most important thing is everything that goes around it. It's like the people and everything else.
Yeah. For me, one of the things that's very interesting is the fact that in 1984, when you came to America, it was fresh and new. 30-something years later has gone by, okay? A lot of bands have been influenced by what you started. But yet, not only are you still relevant today, but you still carry the influence to inspire the next generation. How do you feel about that?
That's
very rewarding.
Oh, yeah. It feels nice. It feels good. I mean... often we get like new bands asking like, oh, can I cover your song and this, or can I do this? Can you come and do something with our new band? And again, it makes it worthwhile. It's nice, and it's nice when you read on a magazine or something that like this band or the other band mention your name. There are little things, but I mean, as I said, for us it's not the money because we never seen any. So at the end of the day, at least you say, well, at least it was still worth doing, because if somebody that we don't particularly know and we don't pay, that's for sure. So if they just mention him, I mean, nobody makes them say your name because it's not going to do them any good anyway to mention Raw Power. I mean, they probably, if they want to drop a name, they will drop a bigger name. So it means that if they say it, I hope that they mean it. So that's it's good. It's a good feeling.